Hi everybody, welcome into the Hempfield High School Georgialist Law Firm Stadium. The second half of the season begins tonight for the Black Knights. Should be a beautiful night tonight for football, and we'll see if the Black Knights can take the fight to the undefeated LS Pioneers. 5-0 versus 1-4, but a Section 1 team versus a Section 2 team. This will be a very interesting game to watch unfold. Our producers tonight, Lance Kim, Sarah Vanderlawn. Our audio specialist is Jace Gibbons. My colleague is Colson Hunt. We're ready to go. I'm Kasey Kreider. And you're watching Hempfield Black Knights football on HSD TV 7 as the kick is away. And play is blown dead with a flag before it even begins. Not sure what the penalty, there was a free kick penalty. He had whistles blowing really even before the kick came down. And let's see. Any idea what happened there, Colson?
I'm not quite sure. Looks like they're almost going to do a redo on that one.
Yeah, they might wind up having to do that. Hempfield will receive first as...
Oh, they're going to back the kick up and do it again.
Yeah, so some sort of penalty on LS. They'll back it up. Looks like 5 yards. And we shall see. We're going to look at this Hempfield offense first that had one of their best games of the season last week against the Cedar Crest Falcons, who were also undefeated and of course still are after they lost that one, 34-21. LS has been dominant this season. We'll get more into that later. Take us away. Here we go. Almodovar Jimenez back deep to return. Give it to Almodovar. He'll take it at the 13. And David Almodovar, nice tackle there. Brought down on the play. Looks like it was number 35, Gabe Palmer, on the tackle there. And out comes this Hempfield Black Knights offense with Tanner Hess in at quarterback, his second straight start. Of course, started in a losing effort last week. It'll be him with Anthony Draghi in the backfield. And hand off to Draghi up the middle. Big hole on first down. He's going to move the chains after a gain of about 13 on the opening play from scrimmage. And Draghi had arguably his best game of the season last weekend, Colson. They're going to try and keep that going again tonight.
I like how they go to him on the first play, try to get him rolling early in the game.
Yeah, we'll see if they can continue doing that. I haven't talked much about Hess tonight. We'll do that more. Here's Almodovar on a little jet sweep play. They saw him get involved on a couple rushes last week, and there he goes again. We shall see now what they do on 2nd and 6 after the gain of 4. Hess has not had to throw tonight yet. He has 3 passing scores on the season at the midway point. 2 of those came last week. Low snap from Power. He picks it up. He's going to tuck and run. And he'll get to the outside for either a very minimal gain or just back to the line of scrimmage for no gain for Hess on the play. Sometimes those miscues, Colson, on the offensive line we saw last week when they had the backup Taurus Gilbert in. The snap was a little too high. That allowed Cedar Crest to ice it after they fell back on it. Don't want to have those happen too many times.
Yeah, you figure if that's what ended the game for Hempfield last week, you figure they worked on that all week in practice. A little shaky at the start here, might be some pregame nerves, but you're halfway through the season. It's time to get these things under control.
Yeah, very true. And, you know, this is the Georgialist Law Firm Stadium tonight. I want to call it the Life Alert Stadium because Hempfield's season is on life support right now at 1-4. And a nice run by Draghi as he breaks the first tackle and gets it out almost to midfield. On 3rd down, and I believe that's going to be good enough for a first down. Wait and see where exactly they spot it. Jacob Koppelman, the senior, on the tackle, and it is a first down for the Black Knights. They needed 3 and they got 4. So we'll We'll see now what the Black Knights can do, as it is first down and 10. Their own 49-yard line is where the ball is at. They send Max Hostetter in motion. He's one of the several players they get back this week after going out. As Hess is tripped up with the pressure. I don't think anyone even got to him there. Jake Hines, the linebacker, had pressure in his face, and he didn't even have to touch Hess, as Hess stumbled back and is brought down on the sack. So early on in this game, couple mistakes from the Black Knights after getting some first downs. Colson, I feel like, as we've said, that's been a theme most of the year. Just a couple mistakes here and there have kept the Black Knights from winning games that they've at least been in. Even though this LS team is undefeated, I think you could make an argument that this Hempfield team is the toughest team they've played to this point this season. But the Black Knights cannot afford to make those kinds of mistakes. 2nd and 24 after a loss of 14 on the play. Hess is going to roll right. He's going to fire outside and a little too high for Sam Hess. He tried to thread that one into a tight window. And it's going to be 3rd down and very long. 3rd and 24. What they need is going to be about the 40-yard line on the other side. So this is going to be no easy task, but we'll see if Hempfield can get the conversion on 3rd and long. What do you call this one, Colson? 3rd and 24. This is tough.
You got Jackson Shan out wide on the left. I'd like to see him get open and go up for a jump ball here.
Yep, we saw that last week against Cedar Crest. The end of the half. Finally got him involved in the touchdown. That's going to look long. Gonna heave it deep. He's going for Shan, who cannot quite haul it in. As he had Matt Weiss all over him. Shan was trying to tightrope that sideline, haul it in, and it looks like it went just off his fingertips. Not sure if he would have brought it down inbounds regardless.
I was going to say, it looks like the throw might have been a little wide, and he stepped out before he even touched it.
But Shan got a little bit of separation there. Not sure if he got out of bounds before he got it, but if he'd gotten away, who knows? They're finally, looks like, trying to get him involved. They'll call on Ethan Saunders for the first time tonight. He's averaging 23 yards a punt this season. Not too shabby for the first-year starter, and he gets that one away. That's a sky ball. It goes all the way down, and now everyone's trying to make sure they stay off of it, especially for the LS side. And we'll get a look now at the Pioneers offense for the first time tonight. And Connor Nolt is the starting quarterback for this team. Not only plays at quarterback, also plays at linebacker. He's got 6 touchdowns, no picks this season. Maybe the most surprising thing, though, Colson, he's averaging 15 yards per attempt this year. That is pretty good for a quarterback. He's only thrown it 28 times, but he's got 424 yards on 17 completions.
That also tells you a little bit about the LS receivers. They're able to create space, get open, and get some yardage deep.
Well, getting stood up at the line there is Brian McKim. McKim has had an amazing year to this point. He's gotten to Pater 11 times this season on only 47 carries. He, too, has a pretty astounding yards per attempt, nearly 12 for him on the ground. So when he hits the ball, it's usually a good bet that it's going long. But not on that play. Hempfield stops it for a loss of 2. And Nolt looking long, fires, and a little comeback underneath is caught for what will be close to a first down by number 8, Alex Knapp. Knapp, another guy who's had a big role in this offense so far this season. For the Pioneers. So after 3rd and 12, it's going to be 3rd and 3. They get 9 on that play. They're in Hempfield territory, but they got 3 yards to go here. We'll see if they can get him. Nope. As I believe McKim with him in the backfield. Sending a man in motion. Now Nope. Look in. Stepping up, and he's got a ton of room. They lost contain on that one, and now it's Sean Kramer trying to chase him out. And they finally get out of bounds at the 31-yard line. Colson, that was a classic definition of just losing contain right there on that play. There was nobody within about 10-15 yards of the line of scrimmage after the play developed and everyone went deep.
Yeah, the middle linebacker picked up a man and there was no one to fill in for him. They had double teams down the field and no one to step in to stop the run.
Well, that's a key loss tonight for Hempfield. One of the new losses for this team. Jack Burkhardt is out this weekend with an arm infection. He will not play tonight, as he was taken to the ER earlier today with that infection. He is okay. He'll be back next week, but tonight he's out. That is a big loss for a guy who has led the team in tackles most of this season. And now the handoff to McKim, and he's not going anywhere. Brought down by Aiden Power on the play. Power, who exited late last week with cramps, back healthy this week, and that's another addition Hempfield is glad to have back in their arsenal tonight. They get a lot of players back tonight, actually, not just Power. They also have, as we mentioned, Max Hostetter. Owen Nicodemus is back from an ankle injury. Gordy Hoover is back. He leads the team in sacks. Devin Shorter is also back tonight after foot and ankle injury, but as we said, the loss tonight is Burkhardt. And now they give it to Tim Martin on the little jet sweep play. We've seen him come in motion. I think that's the fourth play in a row that they've sent him in motion across the line, and they finally give it to him. Short gain or no gain on the play. Going to be 3rd and 9 upcoming.
One of Hempfield's strongest points on their team is that defensive line, and right now they're able to stop the offensive line, and the offensive line can't set up the right blocks to give a hole to the running back. LS's running game has got to get going if they want to have a chance in this game.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. This team has had many people run the ball. I'll get an exact count later on tonight. They've had several people at least have a carry as no is going to go long, and it is caught for the touchdown in coverage. No, it's incomplete. Looks like it was caught, but it was Ethan Kaufman who was there in coverage. Alex Knapp looked like he might have come down with it down the middle of the end zone, but no, it is incomplete. And that's going to bring up 4th down and 8 from the 28. So, Colson, you wonder, I think they're too far away to kick a field goal here. So it looks like they'll keep the offense out here on 4th and 8 from the 28. With 7:16 to go in quarter number 1. It looks like a sideline warning. Might have been against Hempfield.
Sideline warning issued against Hempfield.
Yeah. We've seen that a couple times this season with some other teams. I think that's the first time we've seen it with the Black Knights, though. Don't want to make those sorts of mistakes here. Here we go. 4th and 8. No. From the shotgun. Looking. Going to try and unload deep again. But he overthrows his receiver. It's going to be incomplete, and they'll turn the ball over on downs. David Almodovar was in coverage. Austin Stoltzfus was who they were going for, and an early stop for the Black Knights. They get it back now at the 28-yard line.
Looks like a possible miscommunication on the route there. Stoltzfus cut inside, and the throw was way outside. So not sure if that was a miscommunication by the quarterback or the receiver, but nonetheless, pass falls incomplete.
Yeah, that one wasn't very close on that play. Alrighty. 1st down and 10, and we get a second look at this Hempfield offense now. With Hess in the game at quarterback, they got Draghi to the right of him and Ethan Kaufman to the left. Low snap again. Draghi able to get it up the middle, and Anthony Draghi is just gashing the LS defense right now. It's his second big run of the night. And as he signals, and as the refs signal, it's a 1st down for the Black Knights. Brady Cole is the one who brings him down. That was a gain of 19 on the play by Draghi.
Good job by Draghi to keep his feet moving even after contact. He just keeps churning. He was running backwards at one point there. Just anything he can to pick up more yards.
Just keeps on running, and now Black Knights have it at the 47. We've yet to see them attempt a pass tonight. Or actually, no, we haven't seen them attempt one pass. Fell incomplete as Hess takes it up the middle. And he'll get a minimal gain there off the read option play. Mike Del Grand for LS brought him down. 2nd and 5. And the Black Knights are in Lampeter-Strasburg territory. Let's see what they can do with it. Alrighty. Here we go. 2nd and 5 from the 48-yard line. 3 receivers left. One to the right is Shan. They're going to look that way. Hess thought about pitching. Instead, he's going to take it. Tanner Hess up the middle, trying to stay on his feet out past the 25-yard line. Great elusive running from Tanner Hess there. We've seen that all season. He was somewhat bottled up despite a few big plays last week against Cedar Crest and against Warwick the week before. But so far, this running attack is off to a great start for the Black Knights.
1st and 10, ball's on the 25.
1st and 10, ball at the 25-yard line. As they break the huddle, it's again Draghi in the backfield. Almodovar line up slot left. Jimenez slot right. They send him in motion. Bring him around. But he won't get it. They'll give it to Draghi up the middle again. And Anthony Draghi, minimal gain on that play. This is brought down again by Montel Grand. As well as Jake Hines in there on the play. Call it 2nd and 7 after a gain of 3. Tell you what, this is an impressive drive for Hempfield. They know that their season, well, it likely relies on this game, at least to have any chance at staying alive in the playoff race. So they're doing a nice job so far. Here's Hess. Looking, pitches last second. Is that a fumble? It may be, but I believe Draghi gets back on it. Couldn't tell if it was a forward pass or if it was a backward pass. It was very tough to tell. We had a controversial call last weekend against Cedar Crest where Cedar Crest pitched the ball. Looked like it may have been a lateral, but upon further review it was very close. But Hempfield recovered it, thought they had recovered the ball, and then didn't after it was ruled an incomplete pass on the field. So we see that happen again here. Loss of 2, though, technically on the play. Here we go.
Referees are going to take a timeout here to talk things over a little bit.
Yeah, let's see it. Couldn't quite tell. That one, of course, with the ball being moved back, that means they did rule it a backward pass and a lateral and a fumble. So good thing that Hempfield got back on it regardless. But let's see. Been a pretty fast-paced first quarter. We're down to 4:27 to go in the opening quarter. Colson, what have you seen that you've liked so far? I mean, Hempfield, they've come out pretty much firing. LS had a decent drive going as well, so we could be in. I know we're scoreless right now, but we could be in for a pretty good shootout tonight.
Yeah, I agree with that. What I'm really liking from the Hempfield offense here is their running game is going, and we've seen that all season. They're a run-first team. I'd like to see them get the pass game going. It looks like they're going to try it here.
They will. Hess, as they did call it, a forward pass, so they get a couple yards back. Hess gets it out across and down to about the 15 or 16. And I'm not sure, did they give it? Will they give him the first down? It was very close. No, they will not. It's going to be 4th and short. And I guess we'll see what the call is. Do they? Yes, they do call it a first down. Never mind. So, a little further review. They got exactly what they needed. Ball is at the 15. And in the red zone are the Black Knights now. Alrighty. First down and 10, 15-yard line. Sending Almodovar in motion. Hess takes it, but he's met right at the line by about 3 LS players. Going nowhere that time was Tanner Hess.
Hess met in the backfield, hit first by Parker Owens.
So we've seen they've dropped back to pass a couple times tonight, Colson. Haven't done too much yet. They've only attempted one pass so far. Obviously, that was incomplete.
Yeah, Hempfield's protection right now of their quarterback is not fantastic. I think they need to shore that up a little bit and give Tanner Hess some more time to throw the ball. He's been running all over the field.
That he has, and we'll have to see going forward if they can get that short up. Remember, kind of had a similar problem last week against Cedar Crest where the protection wasn't great at first. They got it short up a little bit near the end of the game, and Hempfield started to get on a bit of a roll, but it was too little too late. Here's Hess. He'll pitch it out to Draghi. Draghi trying to get outside. Going to be a very minimal gain on the play. Alex Knapp is the one who brings him down. It's a gain of 2. Call it 3rd down and 9 yards to get for the Hempfield Black Knights. Trying to take advantage of this red zone opportunity. And we'll also see if they need to, if they'll bring out Nick O'Neal here, as we think this would be in his range, although he hasn't made a field goal for the first half of the season. He has attempted a few from here. We'll see. But for now, Hempfield's hoping they can punch it in. As Hess gonna roll left in the direction of Shan. Jimenez over there as well. They get to Jimenez, and he just can't hang on. Shaden Jimenez, it went right through his hands. It was a little out in front of him, but I think that's a catch that Jimenez could have or should have made. That's unfortunate there, as he definitely had a shot at that ball at the very least.
Brings up 4th and 9.
He had a Bit of a similar drop against Warwick a couple weeks ago. That was on a much longer pass. That time they just weren't able to dial it up. And now Nick O'Neill, who is 0 for 3 on field goals so far this season, but he has made his last 8 consecutive PATs. So in that department, he's good. But let's see if he can finally put the first field goal through. This is a 32-yard attempt from the right hash. Kick is up, and kick is going to be good. And for the first time tonight, Nick O'Neill makes it. First time all season. Took to the 6th game, but Nick O'Neill finally has himself a field goal from 32 yards out. And the Knights take a 3-0 lead with 2:39 to go in this opening quarter of action. So, Colson, I know, get down there. You want to score a touchdown, but you'll take those points, and that's got to give Nick O'Neill some confidence as well. Finally making that first field goal of the season.
Absolutely, gives him a confidence boost there, and any points we can get in this game is going to be good for Hempfield. Same goes for LS here, because this is turning out to be a pretty close fought game, and we don't know. Those field goals really add up in the end.
Yeah, no doubt about it. So O'Neill gets his field goal percentage on the season up to 25, but it was 0 to begin with, so not bad. And now the lefty will kick it away.
Back deep for the Pioneers. Number 21, Brian McKim. Number 11, Austin Stoltzfus.
Alrighty.
On the kickoff for the Black Knights.
O'Neill is on the kickoff. Here we go. We'll see if LS can answer now. They had a nice drive of their own, had to turn it over on downs. Alrighty, O'Neill kicking away. Taken, got the goal line. That is Austin Stoltzfus, and as he tried to get outside, he's not getting far.
Returned by number 11, Austin Stoltzfus. David Almodovar loses a block, makes the tackle.
Alrighty.
That's a good open field tackle by number 8, David Almodovar.
Yeah, the junior makes a roll both on offense and defense, and he has an impact there. Alrighty. So first down and 10, and the Pioneers got a long way to go, and now first, looks like the Black Knights will take a timeout there. Didn't like what they saw on defense.
Timeout called by Hempfield.
So the Black Knights take their first timeout with 2:33 to go. Quarter number 1. So, Colson, what are your early observations just in general for these first 9.5 minutes from both sides? Hempfield offense has been pretty good. LS offense hasn't been too bad either. So, who's got the advantage right now?
Right now, I think it's slightly behind Hempfield right now, just because they have the points on the board and they're sitting with some confidence. But it's funny to see these two offenses go, because LS is obviously a pass-first team with 15 yards per pass. Hempfield's a run-first team, only attempting a couple passes this game. So I'd like to see Hempfield's defense step up in the passing game, and I want to see LS's defense step up in the run game.
Well, slightly contradictory there, Colson. The Pioneers have had, unofficially, 20 different players a quarter rushing attempt this season. Now, granted, their passing game has been great, but they've liked to lean on that rushing game a lot this season, and it's gone to much avail so far. But tonight hasn't done too much. They give it on a double reverse, or no, an end around to number 7, Jacob Koppelman, but he's brought down in the backfield. The other number 7 was there. Ethan Kaufman was in on the tackle. You got Almodovar back there, and Max Hostetter, who, as we said, the senior team captain, who they are glad to have back after missing last weekend's game with MRSA. It's a loss of 7 on the play. Ball is all the way back to the 10-yard line as Cedar Crest tried to get a little tricky and fake the handoff one way, then give it another, but it did not pay off on that one. So we'll see what they do here. As it is, second down and 17 from the 10-yard line. And Nolan, the shotgun, gonna look to throw now as a little pressure, flushed out, going left. Now he's gonna take off and run, and chasing him to the sideline, and maybe a late hit by Devin Shorter, and yes it is. So Shorter's another guy they got back, but that one just a little bit too far out of bounds.
Driven out of bounds after a gain of about 10.
Yeah, as we said, this defense, they get a lot of pieces back tonight with Hostetter, number 3, number 48, Gordy Hoover, number 34, Devin Shorter, all back, but Shorter makes a bit of a mistake there as he had forced Note out of bounds, but just couldn't quite let up there.
Personal foul is the penalty.
Personal foul
Against the Black Knights.
for that play, and I believe that's going to give the Pioneers a first down, an automatic first down.
So move the ball forward 15 yards, first and 10, back to the 35.
So move the ball all the way out to the 35-yard line. That's where the Pioneers are, first and 10, and the give up the middle. And still on his feet is Brian McKim, breaking tackles into the secondary. Sean Kramer, Sean Hammer, Almodovar were all there, but it took a lot of people to bring down Brian McKim, and a first down for the Pioneers. They get it right to the midfield stripe, gain of 15, Colson. Tell you what, and now, yep, everyone getting the play from the sideline. Haven't talked much about these receivers for LS yet tonight. Line up out to the left right now. They got Ian Herr, number 81.
There's that play again.
Yeah, they give it this time. That was number 26, and that was Owen Ficker on the carry for a gain of about 5 there. Yeah, we've seen them. They've sent a player in motion from the right side of the line across on just about every play. I believe that's the second time that they've actually given it to them, though. And that trickery, that deception, that's got to keep Hempfield on their toes right now. We'll see if they can keep everything rolling on the offensive side for LS. As they get the play call from the sideline. 2nd and 4, call it, from the 46-yard line. Actually, no, 44-yard line is where the ball's at. And Noel up the middle will get very close to a first down. Max Hostetter was in there, as was Devin Shorter.
Kreider, low on the keeper. Hit right at the line of scrimmage by Devin Shorter.
And driven forward for about 2 3/4 yards or so. Call it officially 3rd and 1 from the 41-yard line. Colson, this running game for both sides, it's been impressive, it's been efficient as we tick down under this first minute. Just have to see how everything unfolds. Here we go, give up the middle, and for the first is Brian McKim. Nick Stauffer, who's tasked with replacing Jack Burkhart tonight in there on the tackle, the senior, as was junior Nate Rader. That is a gain of 4 on 3rd down and 1. So call the ball at the 37-yard line. And nope, it's a little movement on the line. Off play action, gonna fire for Stoltzfus, and it's broken up by Almodovar. Austin Stoltzfus was the target. David Almodovar was in coverage, and he was able to make a play on the ball.
And a great play it was, just at the last second, sticking an arm in there, and off the elbow it looked like of Almodovar.
Yeah.
18 seconds to play in the quarter.
I'll tell you one thing, we did get word that Owen Nicodemus would be active tonight, would be playing, but we have not seen him on the field, I don't believe, tonight yet. Sean Kramer is still, I believe, or no, Sean Hammer, I believe, is the one getting most of the plays at that other cornerback spot. As I say, short give up the middle, and then coming out of the pile are a couple guys. After it was a short gain up the middle to McKim. In fact, maybe no gain on the play, and with that, we will go to the end of the first quarter. 3-0, Black Knights over LS. The offenses have been moving, but only 3 points on each side to show for it. Alrighty, Colson, quarter number 1 in the books, and obviously the Black Knights, I mean, I'd say this is a pretty back-and-forth game. It's really tough to give the momentum to too many people or to either side right now because they've both gone down the field. Obviously, Hempfield difference was they were able to make the field goal. They got a little closer, were able to kick it. And LS didn't have that luxury from the 28-yard line, but now they're putting together another drive of their own. It's going to be 3rd and 7 coming out of the break. So what do you think LS has to keep doing right now?
Well, I think LS has to just keep rolling up the field and at least stay even with Hempfield, at least get into field goal range and put one through. But what we're seeing so far is a defensive game, and I think really we need to emphasize that these defenses have got to stay high intensity, and whoever cracks and gives a little first may be the team that ends up losing.
That's very true. It's been an offensive game and a defensive game really all at the same time. We'll see. They'll move it down to the other side now, and 12 minutes to go in this half. We'll see if the Black Knights can get a stop or if the Pioneers can put it in to either take the lead or tie the game with a field goal.
Visit jkmechanical.com for all your home comfort needs. We start the second frame.
Ready to go. Quarter number 2. Ball is spotted at the 35. Big third down, though, upcoming. Ironically, the Pioneers need the 28 on this play to keep the drive alive. Let's see if they get it. No. Leg lift will send Fickard in motion, and now off play action, rolling out, fires, looking for the target. Jump ball is caught, and for the touchdown is number 88. Touchdown there on the play. That is Bo Heiser on the touchdown catch. His 4th of the season. He now leads the Pioneers in TDs. Not bad. Not bad at all, Colson. You were saying it had been a defensive battle. There, the offense finally makes probably the biggest play of the night for either side so far. 35-yard touchdown.
Good concentration on the vertical leap there to just go up over top of the Hempfield defender and bring that ball in.
So we'll see now if they can put the PAT through. Would make it a 7-3 game. For LS. Kick is up. Kick is going to be good for the PAT, and it's a 7-3 game. That attempt is good, and LS takes their first lead of the night to start quarter number 2. Alrighty, Colson, so obviously now, Hempfield's turn. They'll try and respond, and I think obviously the goal now, obviously put in the end zone, but if nothing else, get points to keep up with Cedar Crest. We've seen Hempfield, they've fallen behind a couple times this season. They don't want to do that again here tonight.
Absolutely. They just got to keep their head high and their intensity also high just to stay punch for punch with LS. LS hasn't really been tested yet, so it's interesting to see it from their side. Right now, they started out the game down, and they had to answer, and they did, so now it's Hempfield's turn to answer.
Yeah, a lot of people really kind of question the legitimacy. Obviously, they lead the Section 2 of the LL League at 5-0, but haven't played, I guess, a lot of the teams that Hempfield have played, and you can argue that they've had a much easier schedule at this point than the 1-4 Black Knights, but I think they're showing their worth tonight. We shall see if they can keep that momentum rolling. Should be fun to watch everything unfold tonight and see if Ellis can keep going. Andrew Reidenbaugh is the kicker tonight, number 85. He made the PAT. He'll kick it away now. And back deep to return again are Almodovar and Jimenez, those two juniors who've been so explosive all season long. Taken by Almodovar. Inside the 10-yard line and trying to spin out of tackles but can't go very far. He's struggling down at about the 20-yard line. And that's where Black Knights will have to start their third drive of the night. Alrighty. So they got Sam S lined out to the left. Bunch formation to the right now. Jimenez is wide out to the right. Oh, ball's over the head of Hess. He's got to pick it up and make something out of nothing now. Improvise. And it's not going to work. Going to be a loss on the play off the fumble. Not what the Black Knights were looking for on that drive starter. And call it 2nd down and 14 now, Colson. So we've talked about those snaps. They've been a little iffy past couple weeks from whether it be Aiden Powell or Torres Gilbert. And again, that one wasn't able to be corralled by Hess. So we'll see if they can change that now. Call it a loss of 2 officially on the play. 2nd and 12. Hess gonna run right. He's got running all the way. Now he's gonna try and cut outside, but won't do it. Brought down with a flag down. May have been a penalty on the tackle. Michael Grand on the tackle, among others, but let's see. See what the flag is, or who the flag is on. Referees are conferencing about it. And let's see. Looks like it is against, yeah, face mask against LS. That's what I had assumed, as it was a play that came in late after the tackle, and that is going to be a potential drive saver, at least for Hempfield. Yes, that is going to move the sticks. So on 2nd and 13, they commit the foul, and that gives Hempfield some new life on this drive after it had gone backwards on the start. So those are the mistakes that you don't want to see. Obviously, you want to bring the guy down, but you also don't want to give up 15 yards by doing it the wrong way. Hess, give, Draghi not going far. You know, one other injury that we haven't mentioned, it's kind of been a lingering injury since week 3. Luke Miller with the foot/ankle injury that he suffered in that game against Central New York. The belief is that he will likely be out for the remainder of the season. So if he is, that will mean that Draghi is going to have to shoulder most of the load. And we know Draghi, he's not maybe as elusive of a back as Luke Miller is, but he's got a lot of power to him. We've seen that. He's broken some tackles and had some big runs up the gut. They're going to need him to continue producing like that tonight.
And another thing about Draghi that makes him a good running back is that he always falls forward. And that's a little thing, but that's important in a running back. Always getting that extra maybe half yard by falling forward.
Yeah, you never know when that half yard is going to come back and either bite you or it's going to really help you. And in Draghi's case, it's helped him. 2nd and 8. Hess, give again to Draghi up the middle. Got a bit of a hole. And he's got a 1st down out across the 45-yard line. Brought down by a dog pile there, but nice job by Anthony Draghi to keep those legs moving. They're feeding him, and it's working so far. 1st down for the Black Knights. So both these teams have gone on some pretty long, pretty methodical drives to this point, and that trend is continuing. As this drive started at the 20, and it's now down to the 48. Still Hempfield's own territory. Hess, QB draw up the middle, bounces outside, and it looks like he was going to be stopped, and now he's going to gain, and it's going to be close to a 1st down. Tanner Hess thought that was going to get blown up in the backfield, and he's able to slip out of the tackle, like he's got elbow grease on him or something, and just keeps it going. 8 yards on the carry.
Hess there is running to his left and then all of a sudden just plants the left foot and goes north and south.
Yeah.
That's a smart move by him because you don't want to get tackled running left and right. You want to get tackled running up.
Yes.
That way you can get that extra half yard we're talking about.
Yeah, and they've been able to do that. 2nd and 2 now. They are in LS territory at the 44. As Hempfield trying to take the lead back. They'll give it to Draghi again up the middle, and Draghi with a respectable gain. About 3 on that one, and now that was good enough for a 1st down. Needed 2, got 3. Ball is at the 41-yard line, and now they wind the clock once more after resetting the chains. Ball at the 41-yard line for Hempfield. Alrighty, breaking the huddle. Hess. With Draghi to his right. They got Shan wide to the right. Sam Hess is wide left. They got Jimenez, and then Max Homestetter is in slot right. See if they get him involved. As Hess is rolling that way. Will he throw it? Will he run? He's going to take a shot, and it's nearly intercepted. And I'll tell you, that's a throw we've seen a couple times this season on the out route. They were going for Max Homestetter, and I believe, let's see, that was number 12. That was Logan Bradley who just about picked that one off. It went off his hands on that time. Wasn't able to corral it, and Hempfield gets away with one there. So, they'll try it again, 2nd and 10. That's the thing, we've seen a couple just bad decisions this season from both Hempfield quarterbacks. They gotta keep from having those plays if they want to make any sort of run to win this game tonight. Here's give to Draghi. Going to be a short gain of maybe about 1 or 2. And that'll set up 3rd and long. As he took it up the gut. And Jacob Koppelman in there, among others. 3rd and 9, call it from the 40. Line to make is the 31. Alrighty. Pass. Looking right. And does he get the, he's not going to get the first, I don't believe. He's out of bounds. And we'll see what they do on 4th down now. Are they going to send the punting unit out or will they keep the offense?
Picks up 7 on the play.
I think it's a good call keeping the offense on the field here. Something like a 49-yard field goal from here, and I think that's out of range for pretty much every high school kicker.
I'm with you. Most high school kickers would not be able to make that around this country, much less in the state of Pennsylvania. All right.
Personal foul goes against the Pioneers.
And it's a personal foul against the Pioneers on the play, so that's going to give the Black Knights the first down. Not sure if maybe it was a late hit out of bounds. I didn't see the flag come in originally, but it looked like there was a flag. That's going to move the ball all the way down to the 18-yard line. So Hempfield gets a bit of a gift there, all the personal foul penalty from LS. And now, let's see. Looks like the officials are having a conference here now. They whistle it dead before the play. And we are waiting to see what the there were two penalties on the Pioneers.
Neutral zone infraction.
Oh, was it? Oh, okay. It was an initial penalty, a neutral zone infraction there. That's going to cost the Pioneers 5 more yards. So they've committed essentially 25 yards of penalties these past 2 plays, and now the ball's all the way down to the 13-yard line. And up the middle, nice run there. Driggy trying to get it all the way down inside the 5.
That's going to be good for Hempfield. First down.
First and goal now. Hempfield going with a little bit of tempo. Let's see, Driggy up the middle, not going far.
Draghi hit the backfield by number 54, Michael Brown.
That was Mike Del Grand on the tackle.
Loss of 1, 2nd and goal from the 5.
2nd and goal from the 5-yard line. Let's see if Hempfield can punch it in, take the lead right back. It's been a long drive in this quarter. We're nearly halfway through. Quarter number 2 is Hess. Gonna roll, gonna look to get to the pylon. Does he get there? Yes, he does. Touchdown, Hempfield. Tanner Hess gets the edge again. His 8th rushing score of the year. Goes for 6.
And that's a great drive by Hempfield there to answer and stay with LS. I think that was an 80-yard drive in all. That's one of the better ones we've seen Hempfield put together this season.
Alrighty, now we'll see if O'Neal, who was finally able to get that first field goal attempt through, can make it, and he will. O'Neal has been just nearly perfect on PATs lately. Call him 11 of 13 on the season now. He's made his last 9, and that gives the Black Knights a 3-point advantage. And Colson, that's important, I think, to have a reliable kicker tonight. Nick O'Neill, he's accounted for 4 of these points tonight, and, you know, sometimes, early in the season, we thought maybe O'Neill wasn't always a safe bet for those points. Starting to prove his worth here as we move in the second half of the season, and those 4 points, man, they could be important for Black Knights going forward.
Yeah, Nick O'Neill's a senior player, but he's a first-year football player converting over from soccer. So we know he has the leg. He just looked a little shaky, a little unsure of himself in the beginning of the season, but it looks like he's figured it out as the weeks have gone by.
Yeah, much agreed. He has definitely shown improvement. Former soccer player, also, ironically, is a member of the Hempfield bowling team. So he's got something to do over the winter. When he's done kicking footballs, he'll take him down the lanes. But now, right now, he's on the gridiron. Let's see what he can do. As he'll kick this one away and back deep to return for LS. Looks like number 26, Owen Fickert's back there. We'll see who takes it, though. Alrighty, 10-7 game, 6:30 to go in this half. Hempfield out in front, kicking it away, and it'll be taken. That's actually Brian McKim on the return, and McKim out past the 20-yard line.
Return by Brian McKim. Brings the ball out to the 24.
So bring the ball all the way out to the 24-yard line, and Pioneers will start there from 1st and 10. So, obviously in back and forth games like this, Colson, I think it's kind of difficult to kind of try and get a trend. It always comes down to maybe who can get the first stop. So is that what Coach Sieber's going to be preaching to these Black Knights right now? Hey, if we can get a stop, we can make this a 2-score game.
Absolutely. He wants his defense to plant their feet in the ground and stick the runner here.
No, give to Stoltzfus. And Stoltzfus able to get into the secondary, and he's brought down. Keeping the pile going forward. Sean Kramer, Ethan Kaufman, both there. But that'll move the sticks on the opening play of the drive. 1st and 10, ball at the 40-yard line. And everybody getting riled up. This has been a very, very competitive game to this point from either side. As they send her in motion. Now, no keeping, and he's going to be brought down. And I believe that is Connor Elslager in there on the tackle. Met in the backfield.
Nice low leg single into 48, Gordy Hoover.
Looks like Gordy Hoover may have also been in on that play. 48 and 88 making an impact. Also, by the way, we do see Owen Nicodemus back out there, number 16. He's lined up to the left or the right side of the field. We'll be covering Ian Herr on this play. And Nolt. Here we go, empty backfield, 2nd and 12. Got pressure coming around the edge, and it is incomplete as Nick Stauffer was in coverage. It was either batted down or maybe dropped by the receiver. Couldn't quite tell.
Looks like a Hempfield defender may have gotten a hand on the ball.
Yeah, I couldn't tell. Nick Stauffer, as we said, got a much bigger role tonight with the absence of Jack Burkhart. And I think he did maybe get a hand on it. It was tough to tell definitively, but he's in there. Got some different faces on that defense trying to make some plays with some guys out. Anthony Driggy, the starting running back, is in there. The sophomore Thomas Minnick is in there playing off the ball at linebacker. And now, looks like I believe a timeout is taken by LS. We have 5:33 to go in half number 1. 3rd and 12 upcoming. Big plays, he said, Colson. And really, I mean, either of these teams, I mean, Hempfield, they had to punt their first drive. LS got turned it over on downs in Hempfield territory. But aside from that, neither team's been able to get a stop so far. I think that's going to have to change here. Or Hempfield is hoping it changes here. And obviously, LS is trying to find a way to convert this 3rd and long upcoming. So what do you think the key right now for Connor Nolan as a quarterback? You got to believe this is an obvious passing down. So what's he looking for? What's he looking at?
I think he's looking for his taller receivers, especially on the right side here, the bottom of your screen.
Ian Herr, number 81, out to the right. Stoltzfus is out to the left. Note with an empty backfield, sending her in motion. Won't get it, though. Note spins out to the right. looking, flag down, and he's going to throw it away. We'll see what the flag is, as he had pressure coming on his face, and Max Hostetter took him to the ground there at the very end. Passing completely, await the flag to see
Lots of flags on the play.
what the penalties on. There were quite a few flags on the field. The FCS department might have some extra laundry to do after that play. Have to see what exactly the penalty was on, or who the penalty was on. And refs are, looks like it's against Hempfield. Looks like it might have been a personal foul that's declined.
I actually think there were 2 fouls on the play, offsetting there.
Oh, okay, yeah. I didn't catch the first one. Was it holding call, I believe, for...
I think so.
yeah, LS looks like they had a lot of pressure coming, so they do offset.
Coming. 12 yards to go.
And, looks like... Yeah, I was going to say, they had the 6 set for 4th down originally. They set it back to 3rd down, obviously, after replay the down after the offsetting penalty. So, LS will try it again, take 2. Let's see. Nold again with an empty backfield, coming out in a similar formation.
Check that. That's going to be 3rd down.
Here we go. No, this time, no trickery. But now going to step up, and he's brought down, sacked. Welcome back, Gordy Hoover.
Gordy Hoover in the backfield once again.
That is Hoover's, I believe, 3rd sack of the season. They are so glad to have him back on that defensive line. And he was not able, he would not allow Connor Nolt to get out of the pocket. 3.5 now on the year for the junior, Gordy Hoover, playing for the first time since week 4. Alrighty, and the punt will be away, I believe. Is that... Oh, really high snap from the long snapper, Ian Herr, and now it's blocked! Devin Shorter got there, and that's a disaster for LS. That was a moon snap from the long snapper. Ian Herr had no shot at that one. He tried to kick it away last second, but it was to no avail. It got blocked. Devin Shorter was right in his face, and the Black Knights have 1st and goal. Well, that's ideal, Colson, for the Black Knights. Gee whiz. Disaster for LS.
Hempfield's defense real excited they got the stop there. They came real fast after that punt, and of course the high snap didn't help at all.
No,
Able to get 2 guys in there for the block punt.
Alrighty, let's see. Hess looking for touchdown number 9 on the ground. Or maybe they'll give it to Driggy looking for 3. They'll do the latter. Can he keep the feet going? He is going to be down, I believe, just short of the goal line on 1st and goal. As we tick down, 4:21 or so to go in this half. You'll only get it back to the line of scrimmage. It'll be 2nd and goal from the 3. Jake Hines, the linebacker, brought him down, and no gain on the play. Let's see what they do now. 3 receivers set. And all to the left side. Where will they go with it? They got a big hole right side, and now it's a race to the end zone, and Hess cuts it in for the touchdown. 2nd of the night, and Colson, I feel like you can see that one coming. They had nobody on the right side of the field. It was just a matter of getting the angle, getting the edge, and Hess has number 9 on the ground this season.
Yeah, Hempfield's play call there, a smart one. They were going to take Hess's speed and elusiveness, and they were going to get him out to the right side, and no chance for the LS linebackers.
Yeah, that was a bit interesting. They shifted Max Hosted over to the left side. They had nobody over there for Hempfield, but more importantly, nobody over there for LS. And it became a race to the end zone on a diagonal path, and Hess gets there. So now O'Neal trying to make it 10 in a row, and he does. Nick O'Neal keeps on going with the PATs. It's a 17-7 game. Say, I know it's only a 20-yard kick, but for PATs in high school, but Nick O'Neal's having a better run than some NFL players right now when it comes to kicking point afters. Nice job from him. Alrighty. So now LS, obviously, big mistake there on the punt. Now you're down by 10 all of a sudden, and maybe that undefeated season starting to slip away a little bit. What do you do to get this team re-energized offensively?
They absolutely have to answer on this drive, at least put some points on the board. also think they need to get their pass game going a little bit. A lot of passes have been batted down for a team that has had such success in their passing game. Their running game has been decent. They've given it to so many players, but Hempfield's starting to penetrate now, and the protection's breaking down. Let's see LS shore up that protection so their passing game gets going.
Yeah, I'm going to agree with you on that one, and we shall see now. What can LS do to answer now? Down by 10 after Hempfield had the very short field. Let's see. O'Neal kicks it away, a line drive, bouncing ball. It'll be a touchback in the end zone.
Kickoff goes in the end zone for a touchback. Pioneers will take the field, 1st and 10, ball on their own 20.
Ball at the 20-yard line.
3:49 to play in the half. If you're looking to beat that half.
Well, I'll tell you what, the thing that LS has going for them right now, they do get the ball to start half number 2, so they can try and double up here. If that's, obviously that's going to be the ideal situation, if they can take it all the way down to the end of the half, score, and then score maybe to either tie the game or take the lead at the beginning of half number 2. But for now, let's see. No. And around and brought down in the backfield.
Gordy Hoover seems like he missed out in the weeks he had to miss for injury, and he really wants to play tonight.
Isn't he glad to be back? I'll tell you what, he's got that cast on the left hand that kind of limits his use of his fingers, but he can still use that arm to wrap around and bring people down, and he does right there. Little hurt, but no biggie for Gordy Hoover. He is making some plays tonight. Loss of 7. Ball at the 13, 2nd and 17. And this time they fake it as Nolt's going to throw from his 5, and it's caught! And running down the field, sprinting in a foot race is Jacob Koppelman, chased out by number 7, Ethan Kaufman, and there's the answer that LS was looking for, Colson. They get it all the way down the field inside the 35.
And in all honesty, that was pretty good defense, but a better throw.
Yeah.
And a better catch.
Nolt throwing a dime. He has not thrown an interception this year. He's only got 6 touchdowns granted through 5 games. But he has not turned the ball over, at least through the air so far this season. Pretty impressive for the junior quarterback for the Pioneers. Going to try and keep the drive going at the 35 now of Hempfield after their biggest play of the night. That was a little all discombobulated there as Nolt had the ball and no chance as Devin Shorter ran him out of bounds. Say that play looked a little discombobulated there. It looked like it had no shot as Nolt was trying to get the outside, but Devin Shorter, who also missed some playing time and is maybe taking it out tonight, makes another loss for LS.
And that's a good recovery by the Hempfield defense. They give up a big play, and they immediately get back after the quarterback and put him under high pressure.
LS turns back from the sideline after getting the play, and now, here we go, 2nd and 6, 41-yard line is where the ball is spotted. Actually, no, it's 2nd and longer than that. As Nolt is in trouble. Can he spin out of it? Yes, he can. Now he's being chased. No, flag down as he gets it away, and it is caught somehow by Koppelman, or is it? There was a lot going on that play. It was a completed pass, but now let's see the flag. There was a flag flying in as Nolt was all spun around, and I think this one's going to be coming back, Colson. Let's see what they call it, though, officially. That was still a great throw, though, by Nolt under pressure. All flustered, he gets it away, and after getting news of the penalty, he pounds his fist together. He's upset after making such a great play. It won't count for anything. Yeah, that's going to back it up. Let's see, all the way to the 45-yard line. They need the 25 for the first down, so this is going to be, actually they're going to move it even further back.
It's going to be a 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul.
10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul, so the ball is all the way back to the Hempfield 45.
It's going to bring up 2nd down.
It's going to be 2nd and 30, I believe. I'm not sure the PA announcer could even figure it out originally. It was so long. Ball all the way back to the 45. It is officially 2nd and 30 now. And now that's a long way to go after that big play down the field. No, gonna try and take another shot. Down the field, overthrows his target, Austin Stoltzfus, as it was Almodovar in coverage. And 3rd and a country mile coming up for LS. Huh. So we saw Hempfield, they had a 3rd and 24 earlier. 3rd and 30 now for LS. There's not too much in the playbook for that Colson, but I mean, are you just kind of sending people deep here and hoping you get something here?
That's what they did the last time, and they had the separation. The throw wasn't quite there. I say they're just going to try it again and send 4 guys deep.
Well, I'm not sure they have too much of a choice. This is a big play. I don't think they'd go for it on 4th down if they don't get anything here. But they also can't afford to give this ball back to Hempfield without getting something on the board. Here's Nolt with pressure. Lost ball. Devin Shorter on the strip sack, and he's got it. Devin Shorter strips the ball out, and another injured player from last week gets back in the action, and Devin Shorter makes the play. Strip sack, forced fumble. Hempfield's got it right back. My goodness, Devin Shorter. Welcome back to all these players who have been out for the past few weeks. As the ball is down to the 31-yard line. Alrighty, here we go. Hempfield trying to pull away. Give to Driggy up the middle. Minimal gain there. And now we'll see.
Draggy up the middle. Wrapped up by Jake Hines.
It was Jake Hines, who we've seen on a lot of the tackles tonight in on the play. 2nd and 7 is what we'll call it from the 28-yard line. Well, pretty imperative for Ellis to get a stop here, Colson, don't you think?
Yeah, they need to get some momentum here, and a great way to do that is a defensive stop after your offense lost the ball.
Yeah, and this away section for LS is pretty dead quiet right now. Hempfield's got all the momentum in this stadium right now, in this general vicinity, in this zip code. Let's see if they can keep it going. That'll be 3rd down and medium upcoming after a short gain.
5, 3rd and 2.
Actually, going to be 3rd and short. Gain of 5 on the play all the way out past the 25 to the 23-yard line. Alrighty. Tell you what, this defense finally making some impact plays for the first time in a few weeks. The sack by Gordy Hoover earlier on, and then the strip sack by Devin Shorter. As handoff up the middle to Dre. I'm not sure if he got the first. It's going to be very close. Is the ball out? Or is he still going? Couldn't tell. There was some urgency from Hess as he looked on and watched the pile. And as we come to the end of the half, inside a minute now, I think it's going to be 4th down.
Draggy on the carry.
And this is, I would say, it's at the very outskirts of Nick O'Neill's field goal range. 4th and 3 from the 24. Hempfield will take a timeout. They'll think this over with 41 seconds to go.
Looks like a 41-yard field goal try here.
Yeah, something along those lines, I believe, and that's obviously, I think that would be the longest that O'Neill has attempted all season. Don't think he's had an attempt over 40 yards this season. So I'm not sure if this is in Nick O'Neill territory right now. Remember, at the end of the half last week, they actually passed up a field goal from right here on the field. It was at the 24-yard line, and they threw the touchdown in the end zone, and Jackson Shan just simply mossed the defensive back for the TD. So I would imagine we're going to see this offense come out here, and I believe they are, on 4th and 3. Can they get another 24-yard strike 2 weeks in a row at the end of the first half back-to-back? They don't need it here. They need the 21. So that's the first goal. Let's see. LS, God, I got to stop here, even though they get the ball to start half number 2. This is crucial. Pass. Running, trying to get the angle. He will have it. Out across the 20-yard line. 1st down, Black Knights. So he gets the first and gets out of bounds. Perfect scenario for Hempfield there from inside the red zone. trying to keep it going and keep the momentum on offense rolling as Hempfield is starting to maybe pull away a little bit. They have not had a lead. Well, I believe they've only had one game this season where they've actually had the lead entering the locker room. That was a 9-point lead against Dallastown week 1. They had a 12-3 lead in that game. They're 17-7 right now, trying to add to it and at least get in the 20s, be it on a field goal or a touchdown. Tell you what, this Hempfield offense tonight have come out firing on all cylinders. Haven't seen too much in the air, but on the ground, it is a much different story. In fact, I don't believe they've completed a pass yet to any of their receivers, so they've done all this without completing a pass. Kind of hard to believe. Let's see if that changes here. It will. Pass to Jimenez with speed. Jaden Jimenez upended inside the 10. As he had Jackson Shand out there trying to make a block for him. But finally get things going, and Hempfield is now out of timeouts. 2nd and 1, ball at the 11, and things get a little tricky from here with 27 seconds to go. You can still work the boundary. You can still probably run a play in bounds and get up and spike it, but ideally Hempfield's hoping they don't have to worry about that. Have to see. So Colson on this play and maybe targeting one of the speedsters like Jimenez or Almodovar, or are you going to try and maybe throw a jump ball to Jackson Shand or maybe even Max Hostetter here? What do you think, Colson?
I'm almost thinking they might try Hess on a QB keeper here.
We've seen that. They've scored from around this point on the field several times with Hess this season. And they do have the option. It's not that they completely have to abandon anything in bounds. They're not at that point yet. But that would certainly be a lot less efficient, I suppose.
But they have a lot of room on the right side to run. So
That's
maybe
true.
see another one of those flood the left sides and have Tanner Hess go one-on-one with his feet to the right.
Well, this time they got Sam Hess out on an island outright with Matt Weiss in coverage. And now they send Jimenez in the slot. They've got Hostetter out there as well. So much for that whole right side idea, Colson. They've got 3 to the right. They actually got less to the left. It's only Shand out there isolated. They will go to the right. Hess looking. Now trying to set his feet, fires, and throws it away. Smart play there by Tanner Hess, as he had nobody open and decided it was not worth trying to force the ball in that situation. So it's 3rd and 1, 20 and a half seconds to go. And as I said, it gets a little sketchy from here. You could probably still get a play in bounds and get up and clock it, but you gotta also make sure you get the first down here, because you obviously can't clock it if it's 4th down. So things get a little bit tricky here, a little bit of a slippery slope for Hempfield, but we'll see what they can do here. Do they go for the end zone? Do they go for the first down? Do they try to get out of bounds? What do they do? We're about to find out. Alrighty, here we go. 3rd and 1. Whistle blowing as it's nearly picked. Nearly intercepted. Drew Harris just about picked that off, and that is not, I don't think, what the Black Knights wanted out of that. They got it down to 2nd and 1. They couldn't get it on 3rd, or they couldn't get it on 2nd. They couldn't get it on 3rd, and now they'll have to call on O'Neal to try and make it 2 for 2 on the night on field goals. This one would be a 27-yard attempt. Alrighty, here we go. And O'Neal nearly has it blocked, but is it good? Yes, it is. Just sneaks inside the right upright.
Good job by O'Neal there to see the pressure coming and still keep his composure and put one through the posts.
O'Neal just keeps it rolling. He has been pretty much perfect on field goals to this point. That was a 26-yard attempt officially. Call him 2 for 2 on the night. And it's a 20-7 game with 12 seconds to go in the half. See what Hempfield decides to do here. Alrighty. We shall see. Can LS do anything to answer? Regardless, it would rely on any sort of a kickoff.
Be sure to head down to Hempfield High School RC Club concession stand. Pizza, hot dogs, soft pretzels.
And as we come to the half, we shall see how it all unfolds, and if obviously LS is going to have to rely on a big return here to have any shot at something. Austin Stoltzfus, number 11, number 21, Brian McKim are the two back deep.
O'Neal on the kickoff for the Black Knights.
13-point lead for the Black Knights. Can they retain it for the final 12 seconds and take it into the locker room? Cedar Crest does get the second half kickoff, so this is far from over, regardless of what happens here. O'Neal, line drive again. He's gonna... Oh, it's gonna go out of bounds. Let's see. The kick went out of bounds, and not sure if I saw a flag on that one. Was there? Yeah.
Kickoff was out of bounds before heading into the end zone. That is a procedure penalty against the Black Knights.
That is not what Hempfield wanted there.
Yeah, that's interesting. Now we get to see Connor Nolt test his arm here. Looks like you might be able to get 2 plays in here if you get one quick out of bounds, but now they're 15 yards closer.
Still have 2 timeouts. So O'Neal trying to go on a little line drive. He was going to try and get to bounce in the end zone. The only problem was a little too close to the sideline. So from the 35, LS has at least a chance to score before the end of the half. Nolt back, throws, quick dump off to Koppelman. And now trying to set up a script in the middle, and he gets blasted by, I think that is Thomas Minnick, who just about folded him over. And the clock ran all the way out, but I believe LS called a timeout before, so I don't think this half is over yet. Don't think it's over yet. That was a just a little kind of short play there. Looks like they're going to put 2 seconds back on the clock.
Immediately after the play, Lampeter-Strasburg calls timeout.
Panthers did call a timeout, and the ball is going to be spotted at the 45, so they got to get 55 yards here in one play, Colson. I mean, what do you dial up here, I guess, is the question. Do you just send everyone deep and hope for a Hail Mary?
Yeah, you've had a jump ball won twice already by LS in this game. I think you try to trust them again and have them go up for a ball. Either that or throw the screen out, because Hempfield's defense is going to stay way deep here, and you might be able to get yards and maybe a missed tackle.
Yep.
See what they can do.
We've seen it before. We shall see what they do here. Tell you what, this is the first time, I think, since that first game in Dallastown where we have really seen that defensive front get a lot of pressure. Connor Nolt has been under duress most of this night. That's a large reason why the Black Knights are up by 13 right now, and if they can contain it for the final 2 seconds, they will take that lucky or unlucky, however you call it, 13-point advantage. Hempfield's hoping it's lucky right now, into the locker room. 2 seconds, but essentially the final play from the 45. Nolt looking, stepping, throwing. He's going to uncork it, and it is batted down by Owen Nicodemus. Welcome back to the cornerback. After the ankle injury, Nicodemus bats it down, and that is how the half will come to an end. 20-7 is the advantage. Hempfield over LS. Alrighty, so for our audio technician, Jay Skibbins, our producers, Sarah Vanderlaan and Lance Kim, my colleague Colson Hunt, I'm Kasey Kreider. We will be back on the other side of the half, and we'll see if Hempfield can finally get the ship righted tonight against LS. And back for the second half here at Hempfield. So we got a little bit late, but Nick O'Neal kicks it away. Ball is brought back by, looks like, Austin Cole out to about the 33-yard line. Nick Stauffer on the tackle, and that's where LS will start. Pretty good starting field position for the Pioneers here, starting half number 2. I'll bring in my colleague Colson Hunt once more tonight. Colson, come out of the second half. We'll wait and see how this play goes first. Then I'll ask you about their halftime adjustments for each side. As this one up the middle gain, I believe that is McKim up the middle for a minimal gain.
Hand off to Brian McKim.
Okay, Colson. So Lampeter-Strasburg down by 13 at the half. Getting the ball though, obviously message, gotta go down and score here, but what else do they need to do to get back in this game?
Well, I think one of the most important things we need to see from LS is a change in their line here. The holes haven't been open for running lately in the game, and the protection for the quarterback has been pretty poor. So I think if they get stronger in that area, they'll have a better shot at getting back into this game.
Spinning out of the backfield there was Alex Knapp on the reception from Connor Knoll. Meanwhile, for Hempfield, this has been, I think, unquestionably their best game to this point since week 1 against Dallas-Town. They are in command to try and win this one. But what do they got to do? Obviously, stay on the gas is one thing, but strategic-wise, what do they have to do to try and keep this lead?
Well, I think they need to start mixing in a couple more passes in their game. They've only completed a couple passes. I also think they need to clean up some of the messy things they've had. We've seen some low snaps, some high snaps, some things that just shouldn't be happening at this point in the season. They clean that up, they'll be all right.
Alrighty. Nope, keeps it off of play action. He's still on his feet. How did he get out of that? Connor Knoll pretty much ran it all the way across the field, stumbling and bumbling and all the way out to the 49-yard line of Hempfield.
False fire on the 51. Second and 3.
49-yard line, or I guess you could call it the 51 of LS, as the PA announcer said. Tell you what, it's been a long season. Sometimes you're going to have those little slip-ups, regardless. Whether it be the LS 51 or the Hempfield 49, that's where this ball goes. Second and 3, and again, it's Knapp on the end around, and Alex Knapp gets it out past the 40, and he's finally tripped down, lunging forward to about the 36, 37-yard line. Good start here for the Pioneers.
Yeah, we see some, I don't know if Coach gave a good pep talk to LS here or what, but they definitely came out with some fire and some intensity, and they're trying to take it to the Hempfield defense.
Well, it is working to this point. Let's see now. They don't have the quarterback get the huddle from the sideline. They actually, some of the backups on the sideline, you see they're indicated with those kind of yellow-topped helmets there. They calling the plays. That note will run. McKim up the middle. Big hole, Brian McKim down to the 25-yard line. For being tripped up. They have kept Brian McKim pretty quiet tonight on the ground. As he has only got, I believe he's been held scoreless tonight after having 11 touchdowns through the first half of the year. They have kept him very quiet tonight. First down and 10 from the 24. No. Give again to McKim. And that time gets popped. Nate Rader in there, Sean Kramer in there, and Max Hosted are all in there to bring him down. Devin Shorter and Nick Stauffer also get up from the pile and call it 2nd and 6, I believe, from right at the edge of the red zone.
2nd and 6 for the Pioneers.
Alrighty, early on in this third quarter of action. It is Nolt with McKim lined up behind him. Bunch formation to the right. And they'll send Knapp over there as well. Now Nolt gonna throw that way, looking for the end zone to Stokes, and it's broken up beautifully by Owen Nicodemus.
And there's another guy back from injury who wants to make a statement tonight and say, I'm back and I'm playing well.
Had the bat down near the interception at the end of the half on the Hail Mary, and there makes a great play to keep a score off of Austin Stoltzfus. 3rd and 6 from the 20.
Check out number 16, Owen Nicodemus. 3rd and 6.
Nope, with McKim, and now they send a man in motion, and getting in his Knapp on the end around. Alex Knapp all the way down. He's got the first inside the 10. So they're getting Alex Knapp involved in some of those end-around plays, those jet sweep plays, and it is paying off to perfection right now. 1st and goal for LS from the 8. This has been just what the doctor ordered for the Pioneers so far. But can they finish it off? Note up the middle, trying to take it in. He will get there. Touchdown, Pioneers.
There is a flag on the play.
But there is a flag, so check and hold your horses. And I think this may come back. Yep, I think it will. Let's wait the official call. Yep, they await holding on the play. He's going to take that off the board. So, let's see where exactly that puts the ball at now. Looks like it's going to be all the way back at the 18-yard line.
18-yard line.
So it is still 1st and goal, but obviously they got a lot further to go now. With Nolt and McKim to his right, 2 receivers out right, and then bunch formation, or 2 receivers out left, and then bunch formation to the right. They send Knapp in motion again, and getting it again is Alex Knapp. And again, trying to ride that pile all the way down, and looks like he's brought down on the play by Jackson Shand. But it's going to be 2nd still and long on goal upcoming. They got Ian Herr in there, who of course also doubles as their punter, and well, we know how punt number 1 went for them, so they're hoping they won't have to be in that situation. They won't have to be right here as they're at the 15-yard line. This drive isn't going to end in a punt for sure, I'd assume, but we'll see. Again, 2 receivers to the left, and again, Knapp in motion. He won't get it this time, though, as Null with pressure. Hostetter gets there and brings him down. As he beat the offensive lineman, Zach Shelley, on the play, and Hostetter records the 3rd sack of the night for Hempfield. And he's going kind of punch for punch with Cordy Hoover in that sack race. That's his 3rd of the year.
The big 6'3" Max Hostetter just used his body and his weight to keep pushing through that line. And it was a one-on-one situation the whole way that Max Hostetter easily got the upper hand.
This ball is all the way back at the 26, and again, it's a 3rd and long. This one, they got to get all the way to the pylon. 3rd and 26, 3rd and goal. From the 26, they send 26 in motion, but he won't get it. No, pressure again, steps up, fires with Hess in coverage and a flag. Tanner Hess, the quarterback, is in coverage, but I believe might have been pass interference on Austin Stoltzfus.
It definitely looked like a little push off at the last second there.
Oh, man.
Little bit sloppy on the defense because I'm not sure that ball was going to be caught if he would have stayed off there.
Yeah, I don't know. It was going to be close. It was one-on-one outside, and Hess obviously felt like he had to make some sort of a play, and I believe that's going to keep this drive alive for the Pioneers. They had a chance to, well, gee, they would have put him in a very unenviable position. Would have been 4th and goal from the 26, which I don't know if you kick a field goal or if you just go for it at that point, regardless. But doesn't look like they're even gonna have to worry about that. Alrighty, so that takes a long down and distance to go off the board. They get a new set of downs. Ball is at the 13, and what it also does, well, actually. Yeah, the pass interference, it is still going to be 3rd down. Half the distance to the goal. So it is 3rd and goal. They still got to get it there, but now they only need 13 yards, not 26. And 26 again comes in motion, but Nolt got pressure, and he dumps it off underneath to Fickert, but he's not going far. Brought down outside on the left side there. And it's going to be 4th down and goal. And now, well, what do you do? David Almodovar on the tackle. I don't think they're going to bring the special teams unit out there. Down by 13. Looks like they're going to try and get the touchdown here with 7:07 to go in the 3rd quarter. Bit of a gutsy call here, Colson, but I think it's maybe a bit of a necessity at this point, don't you think?
Yeah, I think they kind of want to get the touchdown here to maybe boost the confidence of the offense here. Yeah. They had a great drive, so I think they believe they have the momentum to score.
We're about to find out. No. Dropping, has time. Fires! Broken up. And I believe it was Nate Rader who broke it up in the end zone, and LS turns it over on downs for the 2nd time tonight.
That's just all hustle and heart from Nate Rader right there, diving in to make the knockdown play.
Yep. 5'10", 152-pound junior who plays both sides, but mainly on defense. Great job there. And now Hempfield got a long way to go, granted. This drive starts at the 10. Got the usual cast of characters all out there. Shannon Hostetter to the left. Jimenez Hess to the right. Tanner Hess at quarterback. They send Jimenez in motion. He will get it on the end around. He's going to break the 1st tackle, and he's going to break the 2nd, and then finally get brought down by about 3 players. There was Compliment in there. You had Logan Bradley in there on the tackle. And after all that running, doesn't look like it's going to go for much, if anything. 4th and goal. 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 4th and
Makes back to the line of scrimmage.
Jimenez just barely got it back to the line of scrimmage on the play. And they will line it up and try it again. Driggy now to the left. As we're halfway through quarter number 3. Hess gives Driggy up the middle, not getting far. As he runs it straight up the gut. Gonna be third and medium upcoming.
Wrapped up the legs by number 55, Jake Hines.
It's Jake Hines again on that tackle.
Gain of 3 on the play.
Gonna be third and 7 upcoming, and I guess if you run turnover on downs for the Pioneers, this is the ideal situation. If you get a stop here, you force a punt deep in their territory, and you're gonna get the ball with good starting field position, most likely. But all to play for still, third and 7.
Official's timeout is called.
Official timeout is called now, and we'll see what exactly they'll do here. And looks like they're gonna let it go as Jimenez subs out. And they bring in... Say they bring in Sean Hammer in his stead. So first time we've seen Hammer in on offense, and here we go, third and 7. Hess running right, gonna probably have to commit to it. Can he make some moves for the first? He will not. He'll be stopped after a minimal gain. Or will he? Did he keep the legs turning? I still don't think he got the first, but he somehow kept those legs churning for an extra few yards.
That's interesting. It looked like both teams let up a little bit there.
I think everyone thought Hess was down or about to be down, and
then after I thought the play was dead for a good 3 seconds, I heard the whistle.
Yeah, I was like, hold up a sec. Regardless, well, let's see. I got the offense out there right now. I believe it's 4th down. I think they're still actually debating where the ball actually is spotted. That didn't look like anything close to a first down.
Face mask penalty goes against the
Oh,
Pioneers.
and that's why. Face mask on the Pioneers, and that's going to keep that drive alive for Hempfield. So we've seen each side get aided a bit by penalties, and it is a first down for the Black Knights. So interesting to see that there. Let's see. From the 22 now. So they get a new set of downs, some new life. Here we go. That's with Driggy. Turns around and gives it to him up the middle. And Anthony Driggy, short gain, past the 25-yard line.
Hand off to Draghi up the middle.
Driggy getting, I believe, the most action he's seen all season so far tonight, as Hempfield has really committed to that running game tonight.
And I think it's well deserved for Draghi because he's been phenomenal tonight. He's getting yards after the play or yards after contact, and even if he's met in the backfield, he's always able to find his way to the line of scrimmage.
I don't have the official stat, but I believe the Black Knights only completed 1 pass that first half. Haven't completed a pass this half, and yet here they are. They're up 20-7 in the waning minutes of quarter number 3. They've got the ball, and they've got a shot maybe to go down and do it again. But now Hess going to roll out, run for his life, and now just run, period, up the middle. Try to slip off tackles with Max Hostetter blocking, and he gets it out to the 35.
The LS crowd understandably upset on that play. It looked like a block from behind
Yeah,
there.
maybe had a block in the back, but I think the fans pretty much tell the story on that one. They thought that they were robbed out of that one, but it is a first down officially for the Black Knights. 36-yard line is where the ball is spotted. Nice job by Hess improvising on that one. All right, here we go. And up the middle again, Hess takes and doesn't get very far. Minimal gain for him. Up the middle, and so they're able to get a stop there. Looks like gain of 1 on the play.
Draghi at the line of scrimmage.
Actually, may have been Driggy on the
Gain
play.
about 1 on the second.
I thought Hess kept it, but they called Driggy over the PA, so let's see. Regardless, Hess gets the play call on 2nd and 9 from the 37, and Hempfield is on a methodical drive right now inside 3 minutes to go in the third. As we've said, and as you see by the scoreboard, 20-7 is the score.
Hempfield doing a good job right now, eating a lot of that clock up. There's still a lot of time left in the game for LS, but Hempfield is definitely taking some of that away.
That they are. And there's a flag. And was there a jump, movement? No, delay a game against the Black Knights. That's something we've seen a couple times this season. Really for both sides. Delay of game.
Penn State leads Terrapins 14-0 in the first quarter.
And the crowd here gets the score of the Penn State College game against Maryland, where they're up 14-0 in the first quarter. And that gets a bit of a reaction as here's Hess looking to throw. Now gonna run out again. Break tackle, stay on his feet, and then finally get driven out the 35, and then driven in the sideline. And no call there as he got driven to the ground by, I believe that was Mike Delgrand, number 54. Well, it may have also been Logan Bradley. Or actually, it may have been Elijah Carr, number 32. One of those guys got in there and pretty much drove Hess into the bench there.
May have been all three of them, actually.
Yeah.
Hess met a defensive wall there.
Yeah, he did. Gonna set up 3rd and long here. So it's been a long drive, and at least for Hempfield, even if they have to punt here, they've gotten out of the shadow of their own end zone, so they've done a nice job. Even if they don't get points here, it's been, I guess, a pretty effective drive.
Officials timeout for an injured player.
Now there is an injured player down, and I believe
Against the LS sideline.
it's right against the LS sideline, and I'm going to assume it's an LS player, but I can't tell from right here, and we'll take a look and see. And if we get a look, we'll let you know who the player is. But 2nd and 12 is, well, no, 3rd and 10 is what it'll be on the other side of the break for the injury timeout. 2:12 to go in this 3rd quarter. And we now wait and see. Still can't quite tell who that player is that's down. They got a lot of guys kind of surrounding him. As we said, there was a lot of action down there on that sideline as Hess got kind of pushed out, thrown out of bounds, and yeah, it's right there. It's impossible to tell who it is from here. If we get a look at it, we'll let you know. 3rd down and 10, though, and we obviously wait and hope that whoever the player is, and I think we're getting a look at it now, it's number 24, I believe, Drew Harris, who is getting help to the sideline. I haven't called his name tonight, but he's running back and a linebacker for this team, and he is not putting any weight on that right leg, and they're going to carry him off to the bench and hopefully get him some treatment. But hopefully he'll be all right. They'll do the best they can for him. As we resume action, 3rd down and 10, big 3rd down. Can Ellis get a stop? Pass got to go to the air, going to be in trouble. Now gonna let one fly for Sam Hess, who just couldn't get under it. Hess looks like he had a shot at it. It was number 30, Matt Weiss, in coverage, and that one looks like it might have just gone through his arms there, Colson.
We've seen a lot of drop passes from these Hempfield receivers this season, and they're so close. They're right there. They just got to squeeze the football.
Yep, that's what it all came down to on that one. I don't think the defensive back, other than being pretty blanketed in coverage, had much to do with that play. It was all just on Hesse. He just couldn't quite haul it in. He had a touchdown last week. They finally got him involved in that regard, but he's been quiet for the most part this season. High snap. Saunders takes it. Remember, Evan Labar is the 3rd string starting long snapper now, with Marinas and Elslugger still out. Here is the return, and staying in bounds as he got his jersey almost pulled off was Alex Knapp. We're finally being brought down by Thomas Minnick.
Return by number 8, Alex Knapp.
And under 2 minutes to go in this quarter.
55, Sean Kramer finished off by number 2, Nathan Raider.
Nate Raider may have been in there as well with that breakup on 4th and goal on the last drive. But LS will start at their own 38-yard line. Colson? Let's see. Can LS get something going? Team that has not only been undefeated, they've outscored their opponents 238-36 this season. But I don't think they've played a team as competitive as Hempfield so far. But here's McCam! Breaking tackles, and now in a foot race, can he get a block? It's Kaufman who chases him down from behind, out across the 35-yard line.
There's another flag on the play.
man.
LS showing that it might be against them.
And LS can't believe it. Stoltzfus is the most animated right now. He can't believe it. It may have been on him. I couldn't tell. It looked like, I want to say maybe there was a block in the back. I couldn't quite tell. And they're trying to kind of console Austin Stoltzfus right now on the sideline. They're talking to him and trying to get him kind of...
And it is against LS.
Oh, my goodness. That is against the Pioneers. Now, granted, it won't take that entire gain off the board because it's a spot foul. It will still be a first down. So they're not going to take the entire gain off the board, obviously, but some of it will go away after that either a hold or block in the back there. Regardless, they do have it now in Hempfield territory at the 49. And it's first down and 10. So still, despite that big gain, here we go. Nolt, again in trouble, steps up, has to run, makes some people miss, trying to juke his way, and then finally gets blown up by Devin Shorter. That ankle looks pretty good right now, Colson, don't you think?
I think so. He's able to plant in the ground and cut back and forth and stay foot for foot with Connor Nolt.
Yes, he is. So now we'll see as we go forward. Under a minute to go in quarter number 3. 2nd and 6, and we'll see. Got 1 or 2 plays, I think, in this quarter to go. If there aren't any incompletions, which that's assuming a lot. We'll see. Here's Nolt and a flag. Looks like there was some movement, and I believe it was against, yes, LS. False start for the Pioneers will drag him back to midfield.
LS has been really sloppy in this game with penalties. They've given up penalties both on defense to keep Hempfield drives alive, and now they're just hurting themselves on offense.
And the fans have not been thrilled about many of those penalties, but I don't think there was much of a question on that one. Little movement before the snap. Here we go now. Coming down to 30 seconds to go in quarter number 3. Here's Nolt. And again, like they've done all night, they send people in motion. That's Knapp again, and now McKim up the middle with a nice hole, nice gain. And I believe that'll probably take us to the end of the third, but for now, that'll be a big third down upcoming. We'll see if they do run it. They got 13 seconds and counting. I don't believe, well, they're going to try, I think. Let's see. Big third down, 3rd and 7. Clock counting, under 5. And I think they're going to try and snap this thing. Or will they? Oh, it's so close. I think they got it away. No, fires. And it is caught on the comeback by Knapp. So it looks like they just beat the buzzer there at the end of the quarter, and they get it away for a first down, and that's how quarter number 3 comes to an end. 20-7, still the score, same score we had when these two teams entered and exited the locker room. But let's see now, as we head into the final 12 minutes, Colson, Hempfield, they're in position to finally stop this losing streak. They haven't won in a month, and yet here they are. A chance to do it, up by 13. Can they hang on? How can they do it?
I think they're going to hang on by not letting the pressure get to them, because you have to be thinking they have a whole school of fans behind them. They have all the parents behind them, the community behind them. They can't let that pressure build up and play tight. They got to play relaxed here, play football, hit hard, but hit smart and play the game the way their coach is telling them to play it.
Yep. It's orange out tonight, and what a night it's been. Can Hempfield hang on? Let's see. Meanwhile, for LS, what do they need to do? Down by 13, they've got the ball. It's first down and 10. How can they get back in this game? What do they need to do, Colson?
Well, I think they need to clean up the penalties.
Yeah.
Really, that's the biggest issue right now. They're hurting themselves, like I said earlier. If they can get that passing game going too, they just completed one. That might give them some momentum to keep that going. And then every once in a while, mix a run in there.
Here's Knapp again in motion for about the 50th time tonight. Knoll up the middle, inside the 30-yard line, and it was Sean Kramer who rode him down. And they'll get about half the yardage they needed on first down. So this Sweet Caroline comes to an end.
Have a hand for Hempfield, marching knights on our Hempfield High School cheerleaders.
And by the way, it is senior night for the members of the band, so give them a shout out tonight. As here we go, Note gets it outside over the outstretched arms of Hoover, but sure-handed tackle by, let's see, was that? I think that was Raider who made the tackle. Yes, it was.
Brought down number 2, Nathan Raider. Game of the feud, maybe 3rd and 5 for the Pioneers.
Gonna be 3rd and 5 upcoming. From the 29, 11 minutes and kind to go. As we mentioned, it is senior night for the band. And as an HSC TV7 member, I'd be a little remiss if I didn't give a shout out to our very own Frank Russo and Megan Seaman, both members of that, and all the members of the band who travel with the team each and every week. They are the, I guess, unsung heroes away from the field. And now Note up the middle, big gain, first down across the 20-yard line. Just with a doctor order there for Note, who's got 2 total touchdowns tonight. 1 in the air, 1 on the ground. He uses the wheels there, first down to the 20.
And we're starting to see some better protection from the LS offensive line. They're starting to create holes for the running backs and also give Connor Nolt some time in the pocket.
Yeah, very much agreed. We've seen they got to him once early in the third quarter with Max Hostetter, but since then haven't gotten home. But Ellis has been down here before and not been able to punch in. Can they do it this time? McKim up the middle, and he will do just that. Brian McKim has a dozen touchdowns on the season. And LS right back in it with that one. I tell you, if that wasn't what the doctor ordered for LS.
That's exactly what they needed to get their momentum going. Now let's see if Hempfield can answer and keep their lead big here.
Alrighty. Whether or not this will be a 6 or 7 point game will ride on the left leg of Andrew Reidenbaugh. Let's see if he can do it with 10:10 to go. Make it a 20-14 game. Made the first one, and he makes number 2. Alrighty, Colson, Hempfield defense back on their heels for the first time since the first quarter. What do they need to do here? Actually, second quarter, but what do they need to do here to try and get the momentum back?
They need to start penetrating back into the backfield here. They started losing their pressure on Connor Nolt. He's able to make passes, and also you have holes opening up for the running backs, and you saw the run up the middle there to score the touchdown. So Hempfield's defensive line has got to get strong in there and start putting pressure in the backfield.
Well, let's see how this all unfolds. Of course, this is the first of 3 straight home games to end the season at Georgia Law Firm Stadium before they go on the road twice. But it's senior band night tonight. The homecoming game next weekend against Wilson, who came in the night undefeated but are currently down, or at least at halftime were down. And then the last game against McCaskey is senior night before the Black Knights will go on the road against Penn Manor, and they'll end the season with that big rivalry game at Township. And depending on how these games go, their playoff chances may rely on just that. So LS brings it back within 1 score. Can Hempfield answer? Big drive here to try and get the momentum back. As Reidenbaugh will kick it away with Almodovar and Jimenez back deep to return. 10:10 to go. Here we go. Lets it fly. Almodovar takes it from inside the 5, and he'll try and run it down the left sideline. Try to get some blocks, and he's finally ridden down after a nice return at about the 32-33-yard line. Okay, so keys for Hempfield here, Colson. Obviously, I think the running game that's worked tonight all night long. The passing game they just have not got going, but they haven't needed to until maybe right now.
I was going to say exactly that. I think LS right now has got some life, and they're going to be defending that run well. So it's time to mix it up and have LS defense guessing what's going to happen next.
You would have a hard time believing that Hempfield would have only completed one pass tonight, and yet, after 38 minutes of gameplay, still be up by 6. I have a feeling that's going to have to change, though, by the end of the night if Hempfield's going to hang on. Let's see. For now, though, it's 1st and 10 from the 33, and they'll give it to Draghi, and he's going to be stood up for a loss. Well behind the line. And the first one in there, let's see, I believe that was Mike Delgrand. Mike Delgrand on the tackle, and then everyone else came in. Loss of 2 on the play, 2nd and 12 from the 31. Last week, when Hempfield was in this situation against Cedar Crest, they were down by 6. Cedar Crest went on a marathon drive, as that one is complete to Sam Hess for a short gain. And, or no, actually, no, it was Jimenez, I believe. They had Jimenez and Hess both over there, but they finally complete another pass. Granted, again to Jimenez, who had the first reception, but they got to get something going, you think, down the field. 3rd and 9 upcoming.
I'd like to see the senior Jackson Shan get involved. He hasn't been targeted much, but he made a huge catch last week right before the half, and he looked good out there. So I'd like to see the big 6'4" kid get involved here in the passing game.
We talked about it through the first half of the year. 2 catches, 33 yards, that 1 touchdown. He was targeted once tonight on a deep ball that was just a little bit out of his grasp. Let's see if they go his way again. 3rd and 9. This may be the play of the game so far for the Black Knights. As Hess will roll right. And will get stopped. Going nowhere. As that defensive front for LS made the stop. Among those in there was Makia Schwartz, and now it is 4th down and long, and Ethan Saunders, for only the 2nd time tonight, will have to come out and punt. And all of a sudden, all of the momentum has gone to LS.
Not sure I agree with that play call from Hempfield there. You got 9 yards to go. I don't know if they don't trust the quarterback to make a throw or the receivers to make a catch, but they decide to keep it on the ground.
Almost blocked as, sorry, Colson, Jacob Koppelman almost got around the edge. But they do get it away, and it's Thomas Minnick who wouldn't give up on it, and then finally, actually, yeah, it was Minnick, I believe, who wouldn't give up on it, and then Kramer, who brought down Ian Herr on the play.
Boy, that punt was close.
Oh, my goodness. I really thought Koppelman was going to get around the edge. Saunders has had a very clean year punting, has not had to worry about, hasn't had a block so far, and actually, I think might have had one that was deflected, but for the most part, it's been clean for him. But that was almost a disaster. We saw the block punt earlier in the night from Ian Herr, and ironically, it was Herr only returning. And of that one, as Nolt keeps the pile chugging all the way for a 1st down. Connor Nolt. What a job from him.
Looks like they might spot him about a half yard short here.
Yeah, I think you're right. He was just short, but still a great beast mode type run from Connor Nolt. And they will get the 1st down easily that time.
It's interesting here. We're seeing LS with a little bit more of a hurry-up offense.
Yep.
Immediately got to the line and ran that play successfully.
Yeah, that tempo appears to be paying off. It's Owen Fickard who got the 1st down there. From right in midfield with under 8 minutes to play, 7:55 to be exact. And LS is 50 yards away from tying this game up, and then a 20-yard PAT away from maybe taking the lead. But they got a long way to go to get there still. As it's Fickard in motion, and Nolt dropping to throw, gonna let it go. And again, he was going for Bo Heiser, who had the touchdown earlier in the night. That time, wasn't able to dial it up. 2nd and 10 from midfield. Here we go. 7:48 to go. As Nolt handoff to McKim up the middle, not getting much there is Brian McKim. Gonna be 3rd and medium upcoming now. Actually, maybe you call it 3rd and long after it was only a gain of about 2. And Colson, I think this play, well,
This is crucial for
yeah,
Hempfield's
this is
defense
huge.
right
And look at
here
this,
to get
they're
a stop.
Going no huddle again, going with some tempo. Let's see. No, gonna keep it. Can he get the yardage he needs? Yes, he will. That was almost the same play call we saw from 3rd and long from Hess, but they weren't able to make it work that time. No, runs up the middle. Almodovar and Kaufman get there, but it's too late. And it's first down for LS from the 38-yard line.
That's very frustrating for Hempfield, but we'll see how they respond here because they still have to make a stop.
Yep, and then they've got some of those stops tonight, but they need another one now as it's McKim getting out to the 35. Tell you what, LS, they've got the momentum right now, and they're moving the ball. Maybe not quite at will, but pretty close to this point. Gain of 2, under 7 minutes to play. Alrighty, here we go. Leg lift, sends Fickard in motion. Note. Up the middle and not going anywhere. Aiden Power was the one who got there. Devin Shorter was in there as well. On a draw play, and once again, it'll be 3rd down and long. So now what do you call, Colson? 3rd and 7.
I think LS is going to look to the air here. Hempfield's quarterbacks have to be real tough. Make sure they don't give up any penalties here.
No, spins out, looks long down the field, and he was interfered with. I think that was pretty easy to tell as Ian Hurd tried to turn around for the ball. Oh, and Nicodemus knocked him to the ground, and that's a flag for pass interference.
I'm not so sure I agree with that call. I almost thought it was like a feet got tangled up kind of situation. No real intentional foul.
Yeah, that's true. But any time a player ends up on the ground,
yeah, you have to at least talk about it.
yeah, I think that's just one of those calls you got to err on. And for this LS crowd, who were very restless over some of the fouls called in the 3rd quarter, they've had a decent amount of the flags in this 4th go their way. Under 6 to play. Fickard again in motion. Give up the middle. McKim breaks the hole. Can he get to the end zone? No. The touchdown is saved by Ethan Kaufman, but he's all the way down inside the 2, 1st and goal. Wow. LS is rolling. Here we go. 1st and goal from the 3 and end around to Fickard, who cuts inside and ties the game. And the 13-point lead for the Black Knights is no more, and it may now be a 1-point deficit following the point after attempt by Andrew Reidenbaugh. Colson, that was methodical, that looked controlled. They got some help from the penalties, yes, but they got it down the field pretty easily. This Hempfield defense looks like they're finally getting gassed a little bit.
Yeah, and it looks like that pressure might be building up on them. They're too afraid to make a mistake that they're not making the right play here.
That one's blocked! It's a tie game still, as I believe it was Nicodemus who came across, Shorter, I think, who both came across and blocked it, and wow! It was Devin Shorter, I believe, who had the block. He had the strip sack earlier. He's got the block here. What a night. Welcome back, Devin Shorter, the junior. Keeps it a tie ball game. Oh, man. And for Reidenbaugh, who had been perfect to that point, albeit on only 2 kicks, that was not the time to have a block there. Crazy stuff. 5 minutes, 35 seconds to go. And now Hempfield, instead of being down by 1, are tied 20 all, and despite giving up that 13-point lead, they've at least got a chance. Can they control the clock? Can they go down? Can they maybe take some clock off and then either punch it in? Or maybe we'll see Nick O'Neill, who's been perfect tonight so far, come in and, man, wouldn't that be something if the senior kicker who hadn't made a field goal all the first half of the season, but makes 2 tonight, comes in and would win the game for the Black Knights. That would be a story, wouldn't it? That's what you call redemption right there. But we'll see if it gets to that point. Breidenbach will kick us away. Again, it's Almodovar and Jimenez. As always, back deep to return. Here we go. Jimenez takes it at the 10. And now bringing it out, Jimenez with a hole in the middle. Jaden Jimenez with the kicker to beat. Can he get there?
He's going to win the foot race.
Get there. Touchdown, Jaden Jimenez. Goes all the way. Unbelievable.
That was fast. Oh, my
90
gosh.
yards for the score, Jimenez. That's incredible. That is incredible. I believe he had Thomas Minnick out there leading the way. The sophomores also had a big impact on this game tonight. Jaden Jimenez uses the speed to put the Black Knights right back on top. Unbelievable. Crazy stuff here at the George Lewis Law Firm Stadium. Now can O'Neill keep it going? That one is good. 27-20. That's unbelievable. Jaden Jimenez, just when you think all the momentum belongs to LS, Jaden Jimenez said psych and took it all the way back for the touchdown.
And great blocking set up by Hempfield there. They set the left side real strong and gave Jimenez a good run right up the middle. Only the kicker to beat, and I mean, not many people, when Jimenez gets going at full speed, not many people are going to keep up with him.
Nope. It was 2-on-1. Thomas Minnick was down there throwing blocks. Jaden Jimenez got all the way. Wow. So the offense doesn't even have to see the field for Hempfield. They get the lead right back. Wow. So how do we bring the heart rate down now, Colson?
I don't know. I think it's good to have the heart rate up.
I
I think you get fired up after that, and you want to make a play for your team here now for the Hempfield defense to get a stop.
Well, let's see now. Can LS find a way to answer as Hempfield has their first special teams, be it a kick return or punt return, touchdown of the season. And Jimenez, that's his second total on the year. But maybe not the way he expected it to come. How about that? All right. Now, can LS answer? Still 5:21 to go. This is far, 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 far from over. O'Neill, booming kick, will be taken in the end zone until, no. Stoltzfus looked like he wanted to take it out, but when he took it in the end zone, it goes for a touchback. And Pioneers will take it at the 20. Alrighty, so that's got to be demoralizing for LS. You go all the way down the field. You bring it back from down 13 to start the fourth. You tie the game, and then you give up that? How do you respond on offense?
Yeah, that's a huge momentum swing. You just got to start chipping away and get some yardage here. You still got 5:21 on the clock, so that's plenty of time to take your time on this drive and get up the field and put a touchdown in.
I'll tell you what. As here up the middle is Knoll again, and everyone trying to kind of rip it out there. I believe that was Raider again, who's we've called his name several times tonight. As LS will get the play, under 5 to play. The undefeated LS Pioneers against the 1-4 Hempfield Black Knights. Things are changing as Knoll lets it fly, and incomplete for Heiser. Was Nicodemus in coverage, who's been near perfect tonight. Glad to have him back from the ankle injury. I'll tell you what, The guys coming back from injury tonight have made such a huge impact. Gordy Hoover had a sack, Devin Shorter had a strip sack, and of course that blocked PAT. And Owen Nicodemus has made some crucial pass breakups in this one. This team is not completely healthy, but they've gotten a lot of depth back that they desperately needed. 3rd and 6. Huge play. They need the 30. That was a 24. Can they get it? Let's see. No. Spinning around. Now setting up a screen to Knapp, who fell down. He had pressure from Gordy Hoover, who was trying to get off his block, and Knapp lost his footing. And I don't think, well, yeah, LS is not going to have a choice here. They got to bring the punting unit on. Going forward here, regardless of what the score, the clock says would be near suicide for LS. So they will punt it. Ian Herr back to punt it. And Jaden Jimenez, who just had the 90-yard kickoff return touchdown, stands at his own 43 or 4-yard line, ready to take it. This time it's clean, but it's very high. And Jimenez is saying, stay away, stay away. They won't have to worry about it. It takes a Hempfield bounce down to the LS 49-yard line. And now Colson comes down to clock management for Hempfield. Can they put this drive together to ice this game?
I absolutely think they got a shot here, and we've been preaching Hempfield should throw the ball, Hempfield should throw the ball. Now is not the time to throw the ball. We got to see Hempfield keep getting first downs, but keep it on the ground here and hold on to the football.
Yes. This has been nothing short of a crazy fourth quarter of football. So if you think this is over, even with Hempfield having the ball up by 7 with under 4 to play, you are wrong, quite simply. They send Hostetter in motion. Hess, give, Driggy, up the middle, nice hole, down inside the 45. So a good gain on first down for Anthony Driggy, who hasn't made many highlight-worthy plays tonight, but he has been their wrecking ball. Let's see.
Good blocking there from Hempfield.
Great
Tanner
block.
Hess went over to his line and gave him each a high five after that play.
Yes. Got to give some love to that line. Lucas Miller at left tackle, Andrew Lewis at left guard, Aiden Power at center, Sean Kramer right guard, Will Alexander right tackle. All those guys. We gave them a little bit of flack in the first quarter for not pass protecting as well, but in run blocking, they've been awesome tonight. Hess, give again to Driggy up the middle, and that time, LS wins that down. They get the stop at the defensive line for a loss of 1. Call it 3rd and 6 upcoming. Under 3 minutes to go. I think, needless to say, things are changing right now. Let's see. Hess will throw out to Hostetter. It's on the ground, incomplete. Hess tried to lollipop it in over the defender. He had pressure coming in his face, and Hostetter could not make the grab. And LS gets the stop it needed with 2:27 to go. They'll force a punt for the 3rd time tonight from Ethan Saunders.
Remember, the last punt was awfully close to being blocked here. Henfield's got to be careful to get it away and pin it deep.
LS will get another chance. Can they take advantage of it? It is Alex Knapp back to return. Here is Saunders. Nice
good punt.
booming punt. Great punt as Herr has to take it inside the 10. And Almodovar can't bring him down, but now he's got the support system coming in, and that was a great punt. That might be the best punt we've seen all season from Ethan Saunders. He let that thing fly off his right leg. And it pins LS all the way back at the 11 or 12-yard line. Wow. Call it the 13. So LS has 87 yards to go to potentially tie this ball game. And they've got 2 minutes, 16 seconds to do just that. No. Back to throw. Hostetter coming, incomplete. Pressure right in his face. Nope. Just chucked it to the ground. 2nd down upcoming. He's in the
Max
general-
Hostetter, continuing presence there on the defensive line. He's put Nolt under pressure. I don't know how many times, but
Oh, goodness.
you got to think Nolt's a little worried about what's coming from his left side there.
And definitely got to keep that in mind. Last thing you want to do here is take a sack. Here we go. Nolt again. Off play action and now takes a shot downfield for Stoltzfus. It's just out of his reach as he got behind Tanner Hess and Ethan Kaufman. But it was just too far for Austin Stoltzfus. 3rd and 10 from the 13. And this isn't necessarily must get here for LS. They do have all 3 timeouts, so the game's not over if they don't get it, but man, oh man, I think you could easily say they need this one pretty bad. Colson, what are you calling here if you're LS right now?
I think your receivers are getting separation. I think you need to go to them again.
Nolt. Looking, throws, got his man, over the middle, it's caught. Brought down. That is Nat. Out past the 35. Gain of about 24 yards on the play, 25 call it. First down inside 2 minutes. They'll stop the clock as they reset the chains. Now here we go, minute 50 to go. Nolt will take it again. Fire outside of Koppelman. Koppelman on a screen has some blockers. Koppelman hurdles his own man and brings it down to the 40. Jacob Koppelman, what a run. All the way down now to the other 38-yard line.
And LS going with some tempo
Oh.
here to keep Hempfield on their heels.
39 officially. It was a gain of 23 on that play. Minute 35 and counting to go. Here we go, Nolt. Back again, fires incomplete for Fickert. And that stops the clock with a minute 28 to go. 2nd and 10 to go. Man, oh man. Colson, I don't know. We're spectators, we're commentators. I think right now we're just fans of some great football. Who can outfight who? Can LS stand defeated? Can Hempfield get their season turned around? Shooter can't get there. No, just lets a dart, fly into the sideline. He had pressure all over him and a little slow to get up. Is that Shorter? Yeah, he's a little short. Has a little limp to him. That's not good to see. Now there's a flag, and I think that might be a very late call for grounding, and it is. I was going to say, Colson, that's very interesting. That pass, it didn't really look like it was in the direction of anybody. It was definitely a heave out of bounds. The question was he in the pocket, and was there a receiver in the area? The ref said no to both.
I thought Nolt was well out of the pocket there. He was running to his right, trying to escape the pressure.
That's a big call.
I don't know. That's an interesting call there.
It moves the ball back to the 44. They lose that down, so it's 3rd and 15 now. And this, it's 4-down territory, obviously, but still, can they at least get some of it here? Make it 4th and manageable.
Hempfield's got to get pressure on the quarterback again.
No, they don't that time. Has plenty of time to fire. To the sideline, it's caught. Laying down for it was Austin Stoltzfus inside the 30. First down. They're actually going to be very close. Will they mark it? Yes, they will. First down. So that stops the clock momentarily while they reset the ball at a minute 15. Just barely moves the chains on 3rd and long. And still waiting. Get everything in motion. And now the clock runs once more. Nolt, who has been clutch on this drive. Can he keep it going? Now fires incomplete. Trying to come back to it was Koppelman. That was Raider and Hess both down there. A minute 3 to go now. 2nd and 10.
And there we see the good pressure by Hempfield forces Nolt. He can't step into the throw there, and it's well underthrown.
Yeah. Well, Nolt did all he could to step up to the pressure, get away. He's had to do that a lot tonight.
Looks like Hempfield's going to take a timeout here.
Well, I think that's smart, Colson, in this case. I mean, you do maybe want to have time if LS scores, but I think right now the most important priority is trying to make sure they don't score at all. And so they will think this one over, albeit it was a stop clock, but they'll take some extra time and think it over.
I'm thinking that might be to give the defense a little breather
I think
here.
you're
LS
right.
has gone a long way,
Oh,
really
goodness.
fast, and
Remember,
Hempfield's defense is looking a little slow right now.
this drive started all the way at the 13-yard line. And in a minute and 13 seconds of game time, they've gotten it all the way down to the opposing 29. So they have gone a long, long way. But they've still got a ways to go. Clock is not really the factor right now. It's a minute 3 to go, but LS still has all 3 timeouts. So that's not the important factor right now. What's important is down, distance, getting closer to the goal line. This gonna be something. Let's see. This has turned into a bit of a classic tonight at George Willis Law Firm Stadium. Koppelman is in the backfield alongside Nolt. Here we go. Quick pass out to Knapp. Can he make some moves happen? Alex Knapp gets it outside, and Gordy Hoover rides him down inside the 20. First down, stops the clock, 54.2 seconds to go. They'll reset the ball, reset the chains. And no, there is an injured player down, and is that a Hempfield player, I believe. And now we'll see who the number is. As it looks like they're trying to stretch him out. He's on the other side of the field. I can't tell from here, but trying to kind of pick out who's not in the huddle. And this stadium is going quiet as it looks like they're trying to stretch him out, whoever it is. And I think we'll get a look as they go back to the sideline, hopefully. But they're taking a look, and let's see. I'm not entirely sure who it is. Okay. So we await, obviously, and see what the injury is. And again, we're still trying to identify who the player is. But we'll wait and see and hope that whoever it is all right. I'm trying to look for who's not in the defensive huddle. I can't quite make out who is missing. I think that's either Shand or Nicodemus. I believe it's Owen Nicodemus, who, remember, had that ankle injury. Yeah, Owen Nicodemus is the one who is down, remember. And he'll come to his feet now. He's had a great night, but he'll have to come out at least for this play. Good to see, and we obviously hope the injury is not anything too severe or too serious.
Owen Nicodemus, a very good cornerback
boy.
for Hempfield. Let's see if LS tries to exploit who comes in for him.
Sean Hammer had a pretty solid game last week against Cedar Crest, coming in his stead. Man, oh man, do they need him now. Clock runs again. Here we go. It's first down from the 18. They give it to Koppelman, who's trying to bounce outside now in a foot race. Beats Kramer inside, and he's going to get out of bounds. Hess rides him out inside the 10. 39 to go, and now a flag. Flag down, Colson, and let's see. This could change things. 39 seconds to go. And let's see. I don't see a clear indication on who it's on. I believe it may be. Yes, they're moving the ball back. It's going to be on LS. Whatever the penalty was, I don't think we got.
Let's see what they call here.
Well, they've moved the ball back, so it was against LS. Question is, was it?
I'll tell you what, when they name, the crowd's already
man.
getting
Oh, yeah.
upset.
Yeah, that might have.
Holding.
Oh, goodness gracious. That's a killer. That takes the ball all the way back to the 33, Colson. That is a killer. 39 seconds to go. Not the end of the world, but man, that's the last thing LS needed. It's first and 24. And now Hempfield, they'll take their second time out here. So they playing it, I guess, a little conservative, trying to keep from letting anything big over the top happen, but now they give LS a chance to also scheme and game plan.
Yeah, I'm not sure I agree with the timeout call there. I kind of think you want to leave LS's offense on the field and make them think it out without having a nice, easy, quiet huddle to talk through.
Yeah, but that's true. But you also don't want to rush into something and maybe have a miscommunication. And
Yeah, I guess they
coverage,
must.
Something like that.
Yeah,
make sure they have their T's crossed and their I's dotted. But
Yeah.
we'll see if it pays off.
Yeah, maybe they just didn't like the personnel they had on the field or something like that.
Could be that as well. It's an even 39 seconds to go. And as we said, LS still has all 3 of their timeouts. So, yes, the clock is a factor, but the down and distance are the bigger factor right now. They need to get it all the way to the 9-yard line for a first down. And they're at the 33 right now. They still have all 4 downs to get it, though. Let's see. Everybody getting hype as Nolt back to throw, has time. Hoover is coming. Flag down as Nolt gets away from Driggy. Nolt is down inside the 11, but there's a flag down.
I don't know. I think that's going to be holding again. I think it's coming back.
I think it's coming back, and not only that, that took a ton of time off the clock.
LS is upset, but I don't think they deserve to be.
No, that looks.
That was a pretty
they
obvious
had pressure
hold
coming.
there.
Yeah, I couldn't tell exactly who committed the hold, and the Hempfield student section saying you can't do that. Well, they're not wrong.
You can see Gordy. I think the hold was against Gordy Hoover here.
He was coming around the edge well.
And his jersey had pulled all the way down and was hanging off his elbow rather than his shoulder pad there. I don't know
Oh my goodness.
if that tells the tale pretty well.
LS has completely crippled themselves. They are all the way back to their own side of the field. They were at the 18, Colson. They're at the 48-yard line. It's 1st and 43. Nolt got pressure from Hostetter coming. Gets it away to Stoltzfus. Trying to make something happen, and he's brought down. Kaufman. And now, timeout taken. First of the game, or first of the half. 16.3 seconds to go. Colson, if there's ever been a definition of shooting yourself in the foot, that's it right there.
Yeah, just so many penalties in this second half that have carried on from the first half from LS. Really, Hempfield was on their heels in this drive, and then all of a sudden, penalty after penalty. It was a snowball effect that led, like you said, LS has been backed up way further than they wanted to be.
The scoreboard says 2nd and 35. I'm not sure the down distance can go that high. I think it's actually going to be about 2nd and 42. No, 43 call it now. They do change it.
Of course, it's time to do calculations. It's going to be 2nd and 40.
That's unbelievable, Colson. So, I mean, you're not out of time yet. You got about at least probably 3 plays left if you're LS right now. So, how in the world? I mean, down and distance really don't matter. You got to get to the end zone. What do you do right now? Is there anything you can do except
I'm
just
really
say a
thinking
prayer?
you got to take your deep shots and maybe try a jump ball, or at this point, I think you need 2 jump balls, and one of them has to get out of bounds, or you got to call a timeout here.
Nolt only had 28 pass attempts in the first half of the season. He has thrown, I'd say, at least 20 tonight, or something in that vicinity. Here we go. This is by far, it's not even close. This is the only close game that Ellis has been in so far this season. Can they win it? Nolt has to get away. He's not going to get away. He's going to go all the way back to the 25 as Gordy Hoover brings him down.
And that might be a nail in the coffin. LS
my gosh.
calls a timeout here with 4 seconds to go.
That was a loss of 24. It's going to be 3rd and 63 with 4 seconds to go.
It's time for the scoreboard operator to bring a calculator out.
3rd and 67 is what it's going to be, but honestly, it doesn't matter at this point. There's 4 seconds left. Oh my goodness.
It's going to take a miracle at this point.
Man, oh man, oh man, oh man, oh man. I don't think I've ever seen in any of the input. Now, they do put time back on the clock. Because LS did call a timeout. Let's see how much they actually put back on. Regardless, depending on the time, LS will have some time here to run a play. That's incredible, Colson. I've seen in college before a 3rd and 93 play. I don't think I've ever seen anything like this at the Georgia Law Firm Stadium. It's 3rd and 67.
That's almost cartoonish.
Oh my gosh. Well, I mean, as we've said, down and distance are not important right now. There's 11 seconds left. You just got to get to the end zone somehow. Get some of it here, call your last time out, and then just say a prayer. And as the great Roger Staubach once said, throw a Hail Mary. Note. Looking. He'll try to get some of it back here to her. He'll get brought down. He laterals it back to Stoltzfus. Hook and ladder play. But will it work? This will be the last play of the game as they hook and lateral. And it's picked up by Almodovar. And the Black Knights have won it.
Oh, they can finally exhale on that. It looked like LS may have drawn up some sort of miracle there.
Oh my goodness. That's incredible, Colson. That is incredible.
And that's fantastic by Almodovar to stick with the play. It looks like it's going big, and he knows what they're trying. He sees that laterals are coming, so he hangs back and sticks to a man, almost like man-on-man defense in basketball. And he's able to get a steal there.
Have you ever? That's incredible. Well, the 4-game losing streak is over. The undefeated season for LS is over. The Black Knights have gotten their season turned around. We said they were on life support entering the season. They're getting better now. The Black Knights improved to 2-4 tonight at the Georgia Law Firm Stadium. A wild game against the LS Pioneers. For our audio technician, Jace Gibbons, for my producers, Lance Kim and Sarah Vanderlaan, my colleague, Colson Hunt, I'm Kasey Kreider, saying so long from a wild and a great game against LS. We'll be back next week against Wilson for the homecoming game. You've been watching HSC TV 7's coverage of the Hempfield Black Knights football team. We'll be back. Good night, guys.